one.
Booty hole, man.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 3XL podcast. My name is Ray. You can find me on social media platforms everywhere at RAY2000123. With me, as always, the co-host of the 3XL podcast, Unavailable Trigon, aka D, my brother from another mother. How you doing, man?
I'm fine now that you finally decided you want to put out some content. Then you want to fucking rush
It's not
me
my
and shit.
fault, bro. It's fucking work and love life. Anyway, anyways, for me, this marks a 2-year anniversary ever since I started as far as putting up content. I believe this is D's second WrestleMania, so you were here last year, but not the year before. So when I started, it was like pretty
No, I was here
bad.
for the
But
recap, I think.
right for the recap, and we kind of went from there. But
I
actually,
thought it-
it's been more than 2 years actually. Now that I think about it. But anyway, no, this is a 2-night event. This is gonna be we're covering night 1 and night 2 overall for WrestleMania 41. Before I start though, man, I do want to kind of say this is probably one of the weakest builds I can remember for WrestleMania. Like it kind of stalled out like a week or two ago, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This is one of those times where he's a piece of shit, but I miss Vince.
Okay, well,
He knew how to build a WrestleMania.
he kind of did. I mean, he kind of went all kind of way out. I mean,
When it
Triple H is
came
kind of
to
whatever, but
when it came to pay-per-views, Vince knew how to build pay-per-views, bro.
that he did.
I give credit, even when you're a piece of shit. I give credit where credit's due. The man knows how to build. He knows how to build events to make you want to buy them.
Well, so I'm with you, man. It's just like the build has been kind of weak, and we'll start with the first match of the night for night 1. First matchup we have as far as Gunther, the world champion, right? The World Heavyweight Championship on the line, going against Jey Uso, or main event Jey Uso. Currently in the match, Gunther is actually shown up as a plus 550 underdog. Jey Uso is now climbed up all the way to minus 1,000 favorite. This is the Royal Rumble winner, the men's Royal Rumble winner, opening match for night 1 of WrestleMania. I'm with you as far as him being over. The Yeet word got over, not him, but not to take anything away from Jey as far as Uso. His promos are fantastic, but this has been underwhelming, man. I'm not really looking forward to this match. This match, I don't give a shit for. Like, everyone knows that Jey is going to win, but once he wins, what do you do with it? And I think this is kind of, I don't know if this is more fault to Gunther. I think Gunther's a hell of a wrestler, but the build-up on this was very weak. I didn't, and to the point now, it's the opening match for night 1 of WrestleMania. I'm whatever on this, but I'm going with Jey Uso. I think everyone else is going with Jey Uso, but who you got in this one?
One, stop stealing my talking points.
Ha!
I'm the one who said that Jey wasn't over. His thing is over. You said that he was gonna
You
fizzle
did.
out.
Give you credit. Yes, he should fizzle out once he's won this title. Like, no one's gonna give a shit about it. But anyway,
That's not true.
we'll see.
That whole build up with the bloodline got him over, and that geek shit is complete. It's over. It's over.
Yeah, it's over.
I don't know
brother.
why it's over, but it's over. Everybody loves it, and now that you've let him speak and show some show some personality, he's over. He's not bad. He's just not interesting. And we need to take away that moniker. Main event Jey Uso is not in the main event of WrestleMania. Neither
correct.
one of the Royal Rumble winners are in the main event of WrestleMania. So all they do is fucking lie, because last time I heard them say, even announced during the Royal Rumble, they said that the winner is going to main event WrestleMania. And that was a fucking lie.
Yeah.
So
it's more like opener Jey Uso.
Yeah, because that's ridiculous. Because it's like, what's the point of even? I guess you get a guaranteed title shot, but it's supposed to make you in the main event of WrestleMania, and they can't even get there. And then I don't even believe on night 2 that the WrestleMania is the oh yeah, because Bianca won. So yeah, they're opening up both nights instead of main eventing them. Crazy. Hell, there's not even a title match to end night 1, is it? No.
No, yeah, no, correct. It's the triple threat.
So I mean, I guess it is what it is. Gunther hasn't had the same title reign that he had with the Intercontinental Championship. This one just doesn't feel as important. So, I mean, I'm just no build. No, I shouldn't say that. The build was pretty good. This is one of the few that I thought the build was good. I thought Jay's promos were pretty good. I love the way that they incorporated Jimmy and they had him handcuffed to the rope because he like really beat the hell out of Jimmy. So I mean, I've enjoyed the build up to this, and I kind of like Jay, so I'm not mad that he's gonna win. As you know how I feel about Gunther, but I'm not mad he's gonna win. Where they go after this, I don't know. They're probably gonna take it off of him quickly, like they did the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, This feels like a Rey Mysterio redux, in my opinion, where they give him the championship and
Yeah,
then they take it off him soon.
he's transitional. I just don't know to who. But yeah, I'm gonna pick Jay. I pick Jay, and you already
Ugh,
said the odds are Jay. So
minus 1,000. Um, to me, that's too easy of a lock of the night. So I'm not going with him. I do have another one, but yeah, I'm with you in
maybe if
agreement.
you pick
There's
him as
not
a
much to
lock,
this to
he'll
me.
lose.
Say again.
So maybe if you pick him as a lock, he'll lose.
Oh fuck, maybe I should pick him. I don't mind. Like, well, actually, I do. No, you know what, bro? No, I can't hate on Jey Uso. His promos are fucking good. I just think he's limited as far as in the in ring is not very good. I just think that you're right about him. He should remove the main event moniker. That's something they should use as possibly in a promo in the future. But um, I mean, we'll see, man. I'm whatever on this match. We already know who's gonna win. There's no guessing who's gonna win this one. There's other matches that are better than this one, and we know Jay's gonna win. So there's really not much thought I'm gonna put on this. So I'll just move on unless you have any other
But I
thoughts.
don't think I don't think that his in-ring is limited. I just think that we've seen him as a tag team wrestler for so long that seeing him in the singles picture like he is kind of a shock to the system, and you don't look at him that way. But I don't think that his in-ring is weak.
What's
I
what's
think that
Jay
he's
what's
all
Jay's
around.
finisher?
He does a spear. He
Fuck
doesn't really have
off.
a finisher. Yeah.
Bro, he's
So
gonna spear Gunther, who's like twice his size. Get out of here.
hey, it is what it is. All I know is
Okay.
that he does have a. I think if he was with Jimmy, would you say that his in ring is limited?
I
No.
mean, they're good tag team. He's a good tag team,
Yeah, he's a
wrestler, but
decent.
that's about it.
He's a good mid Carter.
He Shawn Michaels, he is not. I'll say that.
No, but
Yeah,
he
far
but
from it.
he is a good mid Carter.
Sure. That mid card Jey Uso. Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, that's what he is. I don't see him as a
Yeah,
champion. He's going to be
I,
the heavyweight champion, but I see him as like the US or the Intercontinental.
I I think that's his cap right there. I don't think he's main event. I think he's full of shit. But I mean,
I
that's
mean, we
whatever
don't
it
have
is.
to think if that's what he's gonna be,
I,
so apparently it's not his
so
cap, but
so let me ask you this. Obviously, had he not gone over with the Yeet, do you think he would have won the Rumble?
no,
Okay, clearly, I agree.
not
All
at
right.
all.
So,
Not at all.
any last thoughts on this one?
No, not really. I think I've talked enough about it.
Yeah, I think there's not much to talk about, to be honest. But no, moving on to the next one. Second match. Well, this is no particular order, but this is going as far as off of Wikipedia. But second match, we have the War Raiders, who are the current Raw Tag Team Champions.
Yeah.
They're going against they're plus 275 underdog going against the New Day at minus 450 favorites. Um, I didn't even know the War Raiders were actually the champions, to be honest. Nor do I care for it. The build is, I honestly haven't been paying much attention to it, so I really can't say anything about the build up. All I know is as far as the New Day, I know we're one of the most hated people when what they did as far as the Big E, but I don't know if they cooled off. I can't really tell. I haven't been paying much attention to it. I really don't have a lean here. I really don't care who wins this one. To me, the War Raiders probably need the tag team champions more than the New Day, but I guess for the sake of argument, I'll probably just go with the New Day, but I really don't care. That I will give you an interesting fact. The New Day were minus 800 favorites. They dropped heavily. They were cut in half as far as minus 450. So something's going on. They usually don't cut, something like that quickly, or the odds don't drop that drastically unless something's going on. But for now, I'll still lean with the New Day. But who you got?
I got the New Day. They've talked too much about how it's been 6 years since the New Day has had a championship. Um, this new persona is definitely leans to them having the tag team championships. And I mean, the New Day, I mean, the War Raiders haven't really done much. So it's not a big deal to me if they lose it. That's about it. I mean, I don't really have much to say about it. I think I like the new Kofi and Xavier. I think they're funny. So I'm with it. I don't care.
Who's the SmackDown champions?
The Street Profits.
See, man, they don't give a shit about the tag team titles.
They
Well,
do
actually,
not.
no wrestling industry gives a shit about the tag team titles anyway. Um, yeah, there's not really much to add on this one. I just it's whatever. It's kind of like it's been a mid build for WrestleMania. Like there's only like maybe 2 or 3 good matches on this card, and I really whatever. It doesn't matter. But
I'm
anyway.
looking forward to the next one, even though I know who's gonna win. But I'm announcing this one.
Oh
The
yes,
next one is
yeah,
Rey Mysterio versus El Grande
yes. That is the third
Americano.
match of the night. So we guess, but
Chad
we're both going New
Gable
Day
is
just to move on
fucking
by then.
awesome.
What's up?
Chad Gable is fucking awesome, bro.
Oh, you think it's Chad Gable?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a hunch and think that it's Chad Gable.
Yeah,
He's
like D was saying, yeah, Rey
fucking
Mysterio is a plus 110 dog. El Gran Americano is minus 150 favorite. Yeah, Chad's been pretty good with this gimmick overall, but I don't know if I may have like possibly my ears were deceiving me, but I believe this motherfucker's over.
yeah, he is over. He's been over. He should have been a champion a long time ago.
And we're
And this
both talking
gimmick
about
right
El
now
Gran
is
Americano, not
fucking
Rey
hilarious.
Mysterio.
Yeah, no, no, whatever him. But I am all in for anything that Chad Gable does. To me, he is nothing but Kurt Angle all over again. And you know how I feel about Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
He's my favorite wrestler. So when you have Chad Gable doing all of these gimmicks and he's getting over with everything, he has personality, he can make you laugh. He's doing this stupid gimmick, which is funny as hell. I'm with it. I don't care what the odds would say. I'm choosing El Grande Americano all day, every day.
I guess technically he might. Well, no, he's not the honorary Mexican. He's American made, but his fucking mask would indicate. But okay,
I
so is this it for Rey Mysterio, man? Because I'm getting tired of seeing this dude.
don't know. I think it should have been in a long time ago.
I think he's
I'm, I
just doing it for a
don't
check.
know.
He's in the Hall of Fame already.
I don't know. I don't care. I'm not a Rey Mysterio fan. I've never been a Rey Mysterio fan, so I don't know, bro.
Yeah, this dude like one of the most overrated fucking wrestlers. Like, well, okay, no, not to take away from his in ring, but I just don't. I never ever saw him as a main eventer. Never. Like, I just think he's a
No,
great talent. He's great for as far as Mexican luchadors. Not taking anything away from it, but he is just this 4'2" nothing motherfucker is just like I mean I refuse to believe him like be able to be like people like Batista or the Big Show. Like, get the fuck out of here. But but El Gran Americano should fucking wipe the floor with this with this
I'll
shit
just
today.
say this, and this is my personal opinion. I don't think he would be where he was if Eddie Guerrero was still alive. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. When Eddie passed, they needed a new Mexican to bring out, to put to the push to the forefront. He had a mask. He's a merch mover. He's really good in the ring, so they pushed him. But I don't think that if Eddie Guerrero was still alive, he would be where he is right now.
Yeah, I probably agree with that, man. But I mean, well, anyways, that's I mean, Eddie's a legend
He
himself, man.
and he has defied everything because how he's wrestling with his knees the way they were is amazing. I want to do whatever he did.
Yeah. No, anyways,
That-
any final thoughts on this match?
yeah, I do. El Grande Americano was fucking awesome.
I'm with you. I'm definitely I'm with this gimmick. I really like it. So hopefully they go with it a little bit. Hopefully they take this a little bit further. But it sounds, dude. Would you be surprised if he ends up being a babyface?
No, I
Okay.
hope he does. Put a title on him. That's all I care about. Put a title on Chad Gable, aka Mr. El Grande Americano.
Okay. There was something I was gonna ask you as far as like, but I'll do this later. As far as like overall, like the one thing that's missing in the Mania card
Don't ask me
overall,
no.
which, huh?
Don't ask me no questions.
Well, okay. I mean, well, I was gonna say like, I mean, I'll bring him now. I'm surprised there's no ladder matches in this fucking card.
Don't seem like there's really any gimmick matches.
There's a street fight.
Is that really yeah? I guess that is a gimmick match. But that's like the only one, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, because the Fatal Forward and Triple Threats don't really seem like gimmick matches.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
Triple Threat
about
has
it.
no disqualification, so they'll probably have some gimmicks in that motherfucker.
I mean, they'll definitely do stuff, but it's not a gimmick match to
Yeah,
me. So I mean,
well, we'll see.
yeah, that is a good point. That's
Okay,
that's a very good point.
okay. I guess that's something I just thought was interesting, but we'll move on to the fourth card. So both of us have El Gran Americano here, so I wouldn't bet the house on it, but I'm a little surprised that his odds did drop. Speaking of El Gran Americano compared to Rey Mysterio's, his odds increased where they're a little bit closer for pick 'em, but still go with El Gran Americano. But anyway. Moving on to the next match. This one that kind of lost a lot of steam in my opinion. This one I think also fumbled as far as we have Jade Cargill being a minus 500 favorite going against Naomi, a plus 300 dog. Um, I thought it was an interesting dynamic as far as how they started off, where you knew that either speaking of Naomi, or Bianca likely, backstabbed Jade Cargill and ended up being Naomi. That just kind of felt. I just don't believe Naomi's actually an evil bitch. Like it just feels forced. Um, so I mean, overall, as far as Jade, It's been very, very disappointing, in my opinion. They could have done way more with her, and this is like as much as they've gone out of her, honestly. But I don't know if it's because of her like her limited in ring ability. She's a phenomenal talent. She's got the look, she's got the aura. She's just missing the in ring as far as like capabilities. I think that's limited her overall. I just don't think she's trying to stay in wrestling. I think she's trying to move up more into Hollywood. But overall, the build kind of sputtered out in my opinion, and I really haven't paid much attention to it. If I'm being honest, but I don't care for this match at all. I'll go with Jade Cargo, judging from what I'm seeing. But Vegas also has her as a minus 500 favorite. That has not changed. I'll go with Jade. Who you got in this one?
I mean, I got Jade. I don't like Naomi. She should have just stayed with Impact Wrestling or TNA, whatever they're called now. She should have just stayed there. I am not a fan of Naomi at all. I thought that this started off good, like the way she beat her ass in the Elimination Chamber. Great. I couldn't tell you what has happened since then. And
Me
honestly, I don't.
neither.
And I think I told you a while ago. Well, I think I said it on one of the podcasts. I feel Jade Cargill has regressed since being in AEW. Her in-ring talent, her in-ring work, I think has regressed.
Yeah, substantially.
So, yeah. So, I mean, I don't care. There out of the women that you could put on this card, I am not interested in seeing Jade Cargill versus Naomi. I don't like Naomi's moveset. That's number 1.
You don't like the rearview mirror?
Um, I don't like any of her moves.
Ha.
Like I was looking at Speedball Mike Bailey do the kicks, the speed kicks that Naomi does. And then I remember I watched a YouTube video of her doing it. I was like, gosh, she's so bad.
Yikes.
Like she's not the worst woman wrestler out there, but she's definitely not anywhere near the top either.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and again, like you said, I don't believe her to be a bad guy. I don't see her as a heel. It's hard for me to think that she has an evil bone in her body. So this just doesn't it's not this not doing anything for me.
Feels like the roles are reversed.
Yeah, it really does. I think that Jade should be the heel,
Yes.
but
Is
whatever.
she a
Oh,
babyface? Or is she neutral?
I don't fucking know.
You know what?
She's
Okay,
gonna win. I don't care. That's it.
that's the thing with okay. Who has the bigger issue right now as far as currently in wrestling, as far as companies? Like, does WWE have a bigger issue as far as like generalizing who the babyface and heel is, or does AEW have that issue more?
Um, I'm gonna say they both have an issue with it. I guess that's a conversation for another day because it can go for a while. But I think they both have the issue differentiating who is their heel
Faces
and
and
face.
heels, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I yeah don't have much. I think we're both going with Jade Cargo. I'll just move on to the next match because I don't give a shit about it. But moving
Mm.
on to the next one, I mean, you can kind of make the same argument for this next one as far as you have the United States Championship match on the line. You have as far as LA Knight, yeah, going up as far as going up against Jacob Fatu. LA Knight being
Wait,
a
wait, wait,
plus.
wait, 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 wait. You can make what argument for this?
This is okay.
I
Has
like
there been
Jacob
much of a
Fatu.
build here? I like both of them too, but the build is kind of like whatever. How did this come about?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, that's my point.
I mean, yeah, no, I'm just in it for the wrestler.
Yeah, no,
I
no. I
like,
mean, not take away. Okay,
I like
this
both
there is
guys.
some interest here. I'm looking forward to the match. Jacob Fatu is a fucking monster, but
Yeah.
well, let me go as far as the odds. So LA Knight is a plus 200 dog, with Jacob Fatu being a minus 300 favorite. Yeah, I'm saying put the rocket on Jacob Fatu and just strap it on his back and let him go. Like this guy
I
is a fucking
honestly
freak
I honestly think that the build has been more so him doing what he wants and
in defiance of Solo.
yeah, I think that that's been more of the build, less of LA Knight, him and LA Knight, and more of him breaking away from the bloodline. That's just how I've seen it.
Well,
So
that's more a fancy book, and that's what we have in our minds, and that's probably the most logical thing that's probably going on right now.
yeah, that's what I
But
say. That's what they're doing. That seems like
yeah,
what they're doing, but
but that's what I'm saying.
I
But
don't think that it really has. I think it has less to do with LA Knight than it does him winning the championship and breaking away, doing what he does. Like he said, he's going to do it with them or without them. So
right,
I look at it more as just him. This is a solo thing.
yeah. My pick on this one was Jacob Fatu, but I feel like this is the biggest trap
I
here.
mean, yeah,
The guy, I feel like there's possibly some shenanigans that might happen where possibly Solo might interfere or cost Jacob Fatu one way or another. That's
I
my
can see that.
speculation. Yeah, because
Yeah, I
like
can definitely
yeah,
see that being a thing that happens. I'm still gonna pick Jacob Fatu.
yeah, me too. Yeah, I
But
mean, if it's straight up one on one, Jacob Fatu should win. But I don't think it's just gonna be one on one.
yeah, I think that this is gonna be him breaking away from the bloodline. Now I think that's where this is going to lead.
You supposed
So,
what is his nickname? The Lone Wolf or the
oh,
Werewolf?
the Samoan werewolf, yeah.
Simone Ward, man, he's awesome, bro. Jacob Fatu is a hell of a fucking speaker, dude. Like
Yeah.
his promo work is fantastic. They gotta let this man go. Like he should be more. He should be a brutal heel as opposed to like a fighting babyface. But that's just me. I mean, he could probably make both work. But I kind of want to see more from this dude for sure.
And I think that this will go a long way in, the bloodline story, whereas I don't think Solo has won a singles championship or a tag championship, where Jacob will have won a solo championship first.
Yeah.
So I think that they can do a lot with this with Solo as a champion. So I'm
So
looking forward to him winning. I
obviously there's
mean,
a
with
lot to
Jacob
yeah.
Fatu. Why do I keep saying Solo with Jacob Fatu as a champion?
I mean, obviously Jacob has a lot to gain here. Whether he wins or loses, there's many ways he can go. I don't know if you can say the same thing for LA Knight.
Nah,
Like,
his title reign has been rather boring. Well, this is his second title reign, and both of them have been rather boring, if you ask me.
yeah,
A
it just
lot. I
goes to
think
show.
that
Yeah.
he's better as a chaser. He's kind of like The Rock in
Yes.
that aspect.
Yes.
The chase is better, or Cody. 'Cause I think Cody's
Yes.
better as a chaser. Some guys are just better as chasers, and once they get the championship, their title reigns fall flat.
I'm with
So
you.
I think,
Yeah, you're 100% correct.
yeah, that's kind of where I look at LA Knight in the pecking order of things. Like, he
Okay.
doesn't need the title. He gets over without it, but watching him chase the title is great. But it's like once he wins the title, where do we go from there?
He's more like the upper mid card,
Yeah, for
lower
sure.
main card, in my opinion. That's where I put him. But he's definitely a
Yeah.
level above uh, Jay Uso, in my opinion. But that's as far as I would put him.
Yeah, like he's one of those
Yeah.
guys where you put him in the mid card, he wins the US title, the Intercontinental Championship,
Yeah.
then he goes for the either the World Championship or the Heavyweight Championship, and then he loses,
Hmm.
you know, and then he's
That's
back
just
into
it.
the mid card, like the Miz. Perfect example.
Yes.
He's a better Miz,
Yeah, you're
in my
right. He's definitely yeah. He's a rich man version of the Miz. You're right about that.
yeah. So I think
Okay.
that
Uh,
that's where he fits in.
Actually, no. I take that back. He's more the mid version of Miz. The rich class version of it is actually MJF, but that's just me.
No, they're not even in the same league.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. MJF is way better than both of them.
Yeah, so I wouldn't even say he's a rich man's Miz. No, Miz is the poor man's MJF.
All right, good point.
Yeah, no.
I'll live with that if the saying corrected. Okay. Any last thoughts on this match?
Yeah, Jacob Fatu is a beast, and I hope he wins.
Um, I'll bring this up. I was gonna ask you a question, but I'll bring it up in the Fatal 4 for the
Didn't I
other
tell you to
mid
stop
card.
asking me questions?
I will ask the question still. Here's one I don't give a shit about as far as this one. This match sinking faster than the fucking Titanic. We have the WWE Women's Championship match. Tiffany Stratton going against Charlotte Flair. Currently, Tiffany Time is at minus 180 favorite. Charlotte Flair being a plus 140 dog. I don't give a shit about this match. This is such a disappointment. It is whatever. I mean, Charlotte came back at the Rumble. She was very, very hot when she came out. She had an aura to her. This match has been an absolute disaster. The build-up has been an absolute disaster. Specifically, as far as starting off, where I believe both women had a lot of heat when that one promo I think from a couple weeks ago had, where they had kind of I think
Yeah, doing
Wade Barrett had to
personal.
get in between them to kind of separate the two, but it looks like it was going off the rails. And Charlotte essentially already known for letting as far as talent, kind of sink themselves. Tiffany being too green, she was left out on the island, and Charlotte just left her to drown essentially. But this is not looking good, man. To the point now, I think Charlotte has. I thought Charlotte was going to be the favorite, but she's not. It's actually Tiffany. I would probably assume that. I know they had a lot of heat, especially Charlotte. Where I would not be surprised if they just let Tiffany Stratton win and possibly have a rematch later on. That's just me, but I don't care. You can pick either one. It doesn't really matter to me. Charlotte does not need the title in my opinion. I know Tiffany probably likely does, but she hasn't done much with it in my opinion. I'll go with Tiffany for now. And I really don't care about who you got on this one.
Ray, believe me when I say this, I do not care.
I believe you.
I care not at all. I don't even care enough to make an opinion on a pick.
Okay, well, okay, so at least talk
I do
about
not.
the disdain between the two of them, like, as far as like how that went. Like, I'm sure you read the as far as what's his name's
I mean, yeah, they went very personal. They went off the rails. A lot of it wasn't
yeah,
supposed to
they
be
went off
scripted.
a
People were
script.
mad. It just wasn't. It wasn't good. It didn't come off well. I did watch it on YouTube, and it didn't come off well at all. I don't think that Charlotte should have come back and been in this position as quickly as she is.
Hmm.
I think Tiffany's run needed a little bit, but before you put her in a program like this, her run needs some some substance to it. It needs some legs. It needs to have gone a
Yeah,
little bit further. And whether she wins or loses, this is a hard one, I think, to come back from. So, I mean, she's gonna learn a lot from this, from
yes.
going against Charlotte Flair, these promos that they've had, and I think in the match she's gonna learn a lot. But I don't think that her title reign needed this right now,
Yeah,
especially if she holds on to the title, because where do you go from here and who takes the title off of her? Her beating Charlotte is not going to make her.
yeah,
The build has been bad, in my opinion. The build has been bad. I don't think this is gonna do anything for Tiffany Stratton with a win. Um, I don't think this hurts Charlotte with the loss. I don't think that many people care about this match in
no.
general. So I don't me personally, I don't care. I like Tiffany Stratton. I told you back when she was in NXT, I thought that she was way, way, way better than I first
Hmm.
thought.
Hmm.
By just looking at her, I think that her move set, her athleticism, her skill set, she's very, very good in the ring. I think that she's getting better on the mic. I just don't think that this was the time for her to go against Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, she's a great athlete. You're right. I agree with you. Like, but she's too green. And I think Charlotte knows full. She obviously is taking advantage of her right now, and she's gonna let her sink. I don't know. This match is gonna be dependent on if Charlotte can carry her, basically, and I don't think she will.
And
So
I just look at it, and to me, Charlotte is a very much a John Cena type. And I say that in the aspect of they're not putting people over just to put people over. You have to be on a certain level for them to put you over.
yeah,
And it don't seem like she's trying to put Tiffany over at all. It's like I have the way it sounds when I listen to it is like I am the number one blonde on this on this
yeah,
fucking
stupid.
promotion, and you will be number two, but you will know that you're number two. And Tiffany's like, no, I'm the number one ditz on this one, and you're not going to take my spot. And calling a nepo baby and bringing up the marriages and the
Yeah,
relationship,
it's so
I
stupid.
don't care. It was more like watching Total Divas than it was watching fucking SmackDown.
It's kind of. I don't even know who the babyface or the heel is in this one.
Me neither.
I think the real life babyface is actually Tiffany Stratton, and Charlotte's the real life heel. But um, yeah, no, man, this has been kind of rocky. Like, so going back to the 2025 Royal Rumble, the two winners, this has been an absolute probably the two worst ones by far. Like, as
I
far
can
as in
agree with
terms of
that.
build up,
I can agree with that, especially with them both being on the same show and neither one of them being
main
the
eventing. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't have much add on here, but I know Brian Alvarez did quote as far as there was a lot of heat between the two, and they both went off script too much. And the Nepo baby comment by Charlotte kind of threw off Tiffany Stratton, but I think Tiffany tried to go work through it, and she kind of yeah, she was kind of fed
You
up with the
know,
Charlotte's bullshit. But yeah,
that shows you how much I've cared. In the beginning, I said Bianca won the Rumble, and I forgot she won the Elimination Chamber.
yeah,
God damn, I don't care.
yeah, exactly. I mean, you kind of threw me
Jesus.
off too, and I had to look it back. Like, wait a minute, who won the fucking Rumble?
Yeah, I totally forgot because
Yeah.
that's when they did the whole thing. Yeah, I totally forgot. Jesus Christ, that
It's
just shows
but
you how
no,
much
but
I
going back
do
to your
not
original point, what you said earlier, bro, you miss Vince. Like, Vince would,
Yeah, this
highlight
is
these, and
horrible.
Triple H has not done well, man. He's kind of fumbling right now. So they had, you know what? I'll say as far as WrestleMania 41 is nowhere near the level that as hot as they were last year. Not even
Not at
close.
all. No. Wow. I didn't even realize that till just now. And I'm like, wait, hold on. No, I said Bianca won the Royal Rumble, and I totally forgot that it was Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't care.
Yeah, it is what it is. But
There
we'll
are very
both
few
yeah.
matches on this card that I care about.
Wait, who did you pick on this one?
I pick the person who wins.
All right, I'll move on to the next one unless you have any other thoughts.
Nope, I do not care about
Okay,
this match.
this next one, I do give a shit about. This is for the triple threat. We have Seth freaking Rollins going against Roman Reigns, going against CM Punk in a triple threat. This is the main event for night one for WrestleMania 41. This build-up has been fucking fantastic. This is probably one of the best build-ups overall yet, and rightfully so. It should be the main event for night one, in my opinion. This one has been very close overall as far as the odds pick for Pick'em. Roman Reigns is a plus 450 dog. CM Punk a plus 120 dog. Seth Rollins a minus 200 favorite.
Wait. So what I
Yeah.
was saying the other day is what people are thinking
Yes.
also?
Yes. So here's
And
the
we
here's
just
the weird
had this
thing.
conversation.
Yes.
We literally just had this conversation. I said, I think that Seth might actually steal this one like he did in the Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar match.
Well,
That's crazy.
you know what's kind of crazy, and you know how I feel about Seth Rollins. You've heard me in the past. I
Which
fucking
would
hate his
make it
gimmick.
even better.
Yes.
Which would make it even better to have to watch him come out and listen to you bitch about Seth Rollins' this
Okay.
outfit
Hear me
after
out.
winning this
That
match.
said,
Because he's going to be insufferable if he wins this match.
well, yes, I hate his fucking gimmick. Yeah, his gimmick is fucking trash. I hate it. But his promos have been on point. This man alone has fucking built the goddamn match himself. He is himself. He by himself has built up the match on his own. As
Oh,
far
yeah,
as implementing say again.
I said he's a great promo.
His fucking promos have been fantastic. He's stirred the pot essentially, but um I, I hate CM Punk too. I'm not a fan of Seth Rollins, but fuck, this guy alone, his promo work is fucking fantastic. When the guy puts his mind to it and he's not such a dipshit and not such a goddamn clown, Seth Rollins is phenomenal. But that being said, I still hate the man. I still hate his gimmick. His clothes is fucking stupid. I'm going with Seth Rollins to win
What?
the triple threat match here. He is my guy to win as far as triple threat. I think this is where you go. I
Nuh-uh.
don't know where they're gonna go as far as overall, but unless
Nuh-uh.
CM Punk goes that doesn't work for me, brother line. But at the end of the night, I think Seth Rollins will win. He is my pick of the night. Who you got?
Nuh-uh. There's
Yes,
no way you just said that you think Seth Rollins is going to win this.
yes.
There's no way. Nuh-uh.
No,
Nuh-uh.
okay. You mind if I give you my argument and why?
No, you said that Seth Rollins is going to win, and I
No,
didn't think I'd
there's
hear
more
those
to it.
words coming out of your mouth.
There's more to it.
No,
The
I don't care. I don't care what it is to it. You have ragged on this man for a year.
Well, no. Let me explain. Okay.
The
I'm.
fact that
It
you
doesn't make
said
sense, right? It doesn't make sense, right?
no, it makes sense for him to win. It doesn't make sense you think he's going to win.
Okay. Let me. Okay. At least let me explain. So here's the reason why I think he's going to win. Paul Heyman. There is something going on as far. I feel like there's shenanigans going on here. Paul Heyman is obviously the wild card here. Him being as far as now being shoved aside by Roman Reigns, him offering the favor to CM Punk, and now the favor to Seth Rollins for not curve stomping him. I do think Paul Heyman will play a hand into who wins this match, and I think he will likely probably go with Seth Rollins there, which is kind of crazy. But Seth Rollins made some great, excellent points. Like the future of the industry, or for WWE, is on the line here, and I think he's right. Roman being the now the short term as far as wrestler or the part time wrestler, CM Punk's time kind of he's pretty much on borrowed time at this point, and Seth Rollins being essentially the guy that's likely going to carry the carry the torch for years to come, and he's actually the full time wrestler. He should be the guy that wins the match overall. But I think Paul Heyman will probably play a hand into that. But that's why I'm picking Seth Rollins to win the match.
Wow, I did not think that I would hear you say you think Seth Rollins is going to win.
And
Wow.
I got to take a shower after this, man. I don't feel good about it. So,
Wow. Okay. Okay. Well, I told you the other day I think that Seth Rollins is going to win this match. That was before we knew anything about odds or anything like that. I felt Seth Rollins was going to win. I just think that it's that gotcha kind of thing, especially with Roman and CM Punk being in there,
mhm.
and everybody thinks it's going to be one of those two. Seth Rollins has been he's been in the background, but he keeps coming out on top in most of the things and getting away, you know? So I can easily see him winning. And that whole thing with now Paul Heyman owes him one. Yeah, I just think that Seth is gonna win this match. I'm just shocked as hell that you think that Seth is gonna win this match. That just made my day.
Well, I'll go with Seth on this one to finish off night one. Um, Yeah, I don't have anything else at tonight one unless you got anything else to add.
No, you shocked the hell out of me. I'm
Okay.
speechless.
All right, brother. There you
Wow,
go, man.
that's a first.
I mean, you gotta be sometimes unbiased in wrestling, but anyway. All right, well,
Wow.
moving on to night two. This is no particular order again. This is for the Women's World Championship, the triple threat match. I didn't care for this match overall, but this is essentially I didn't care for it before. I do care a little bit more now, only because of the quality of wrestling that's going to be wrestlers are in here. We have as far as Io Sky, the champion, going being a minus 130 favorite, Bianca Belair being a minus 110 favorite, and going against Rhea Ripley, a plus 375 dog. I was surprised that Rhea. First of all that she lost the match at Io Sky at that Raw. I think it was that at Netflix or I can't remember when it was, but on the
Yeah,
debut
I didn't
of
think she
Netflix
was
was it okay?
I can't remember what it was, but I didn't think she was losing.
Yeah, me neither. But I didn't think I'd ever see the day that she would be the underdog in this one. I have no particular lean here. I don't know who's going to win this one to be honest. I think the Vegas odds are off. To me, I would have picked Rhea Ripley had I not looked at the odds. I,
I already told you who I think is gonna win this
are
one.
you Black Girl Magic?
Yep.
Okay, so you think
I think
Bianca
that
Belair's going to
EO
win?
is yeah, I think EO is purely transitional.
I
I
think
think that's it.
here the
She could win it though.
she
Just
could
to
retain, yeah.
then you have
Um,
her winning and Seth Rollins winning, both of those kind of shock factor ones where they probably shouldn't win, but they're going to.
I mean, it's such a tough one, man. I mean, you could see all three winning. You can make an argument for all three,
Yeah.
and
But I
that's the
think the
brilliant thing about
storyline
this
is gonna
match.
move on to Bianca.
Fuck, I mean,
'Cause I
I mean,
think this is gonna play into somehow with Bianca and I mean with Jade and Naomi also.
oh, you think so?
I think that a lot of this is gonna come back around. So I'm curious to see who's gonna win. But this is one of those ones where I truly don't know who's
I-
gonna win.
If
I'm
I
gonna go
knew, if I knew Naomi was in cahoots with Bianca with that Jade Cargo issue,
I think she
I would pick
is.
Bianca.
I think she is. I think that's what we're gonna come back around
Mm.
to. But this is probably the only match where I'm truly stumped on who's gonna win. But I'm just picking Bianca because I think that she's in cahoots with Naomi. And I think this is gonna play a part in them turning heel and Rhea Ripley coming back later on to get her championship. Maybe at SummerSlam? I don't know how long Bianca's
Oh
gonna hold it. I think that Rhea Ripley and Bianca's going to be a one-on-one match for that title.
my God, I'm still trying to decide who. You know what? I think I'll go with Io to retain. Um,
That's not a bad choice because she could be that wild card. Well, she is the wild card.
she's the actual favorite, but I think Bianca should be the actual favorite. But there's just too many. There's too many variables in this thing. I don't know, and I don't feel good about it. I don't feel good about picking Io. I'll say that.
I mean, this is one of those ones where anybody could win it. It should be a pick 'em if I'm being
It
honest.
should be a pick 'em. I might agree, but but I'm just stunned that Rhea's like that low of an underdog. But well, whatever. I'll go with Io. You're going with Bianca, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so you do think there might be some Black Girl Magic possibly happening.
Mhm.
Oof, I guess we'll see what to look. So I'm more curious about this match for sure, but yeah, I have nothing else. But this one is way more intriguing compared to the next match coming up. This one is for the women's tag team championship. We got Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. They are currently as far as minus 3,000 favorites. They're the highest favorites on the card for night one and night two. Going against Bailey and Lyra Vicaria,
Live in
who are
Raquel.
plus 800. Say again?
Say live in Raquel. Don't even have to ask me. I
Liv and
don't
Raquel.
care. Anything else about this live in Raquel.
Yeah, I don't give a shit, honestly. I mean, how did this tag team happen with Lyra and Bailey?
Don't know, don't care. Live in Raquel.
Okay, Liv and Raquel, fucking go for it. I'm moving on to the next match. We're already going kind of long on this one anyway. Next match, I will because honestly, there's nothing we're talking about another match. Next match, we have the All Jack Styles going against Logan Paul. Currently, ironically, is AJ Styles only a plus 105 dog. Logan Paul's actually a minus 145 favorite. Could this match steal the show?
Yes.
Okay.
Very easily.
Well,
Either this one or the next one, but either one of these have a chance to steal the show. It
well,
has a this has a chance to be the best night match of the weekend
it's possible. I mean, I'm sure with
from an in-ring performance.
this
From an
this
in-ring performance, not a story performance.
this is a shout out to an old phone prank call that AJ Styles had, but I'm sure he has a lot of support from the gay community. But I'm going I'm going as far as with Logan Paul in this one. I think he's the right one, but man, Logan should be. I feel like he's being underutilized. I don't know if it's me, but I feel like he should be in the title picture. But he's such a dude, Logan Paul is such a good sleazy heel. He's such a good like he has such a punchable face that he's in the right. He's I think he's got his gimmick correct. I think he's such a good heel, and it's so fun to make fun of him when especially when he fucks up. But I think he might. I think it may be time to push him in the title picture, man. I just don't know how high you push him though.
Which title picture?
Oh, fuck, I don't know. Mid card for sure. High mid. But he's already been
Oh,
there.
yeah, he's been there, but that's what I'm saying. Which title picture? He can go back for it again.
World title, world heavyweight.
Against who?
Jay Uso.
He's not on Raw.
Is in the draft coming up?
I mean, you could do that, but I could see him as a champion. I wouldn't be mad at it. There's nobody else really on Raw that you would
I
want as a champion.
I bet you Logan Paul would do way more with that world heavyweight championship than fucking Jay Uso could.
Well, heels generally do more with the championship than baby faces do. If we're
Uh,
being completely
yeah,
honest.
but
So,
who did you say you got in this one? You get Logan Paul as well?
oh, I didn't say. I don't know. This is another tough one. Um,
I'm gonna go
you
contrarian
know,
all Jack Styles.
again, I say you have another one in my top wrestlers of all time in
Yeah.
AJ, but um, damn, this is a tough
When's the
one.
last time fucking AJ Styles won at WrestleMania?
I don't know. Yeah, I gotta go with Logan Paul
I mean,
because it just makes more sense that he wins, and you can keep this going for a little bit longer. Because it seems like they just made this match literally for WrestleMania.
yeah, yes.
So I mean, you can this has more legs to it. So yeah, Logan Paul and just keep it going for a bit. Just let Logan cheat.
Oh, I mean, he's got the Iron Fist or whatever the fuck you call the titanium arm hand, whatever.
And he usually one of his boys comes out and gets
Oh
their ass.
yeah, okay. So likely we're gonna get like fuck. Who's it?
It won't
KSI
be
or
I'm about to say it won't be I Show Speed or whatever that kid's name is. I don't think he's coming back anymore.
fuck no. They probably get that other nerd. What's his name? God, Kai Cent or whatever. Kai Cenat.
Uh, I don't know these guys.
Oh, I fucking hope AJ Styles just
The only reason
fucking
I know Speed is because he took that wicked spear from Braun Breaker. So that is just imprinted in my mind.
yes. Well,
That was crazy.
yeah. That was which one? The one on fucking I Show Speed or the one they hit on fucking
No, the
Carlito.
spear that no, that I think that the one on Carlito was better, but the one that he hit on Speed was just brutal.
Yeah, I mean this
Like,
is fucking freak.
he planted that young man into the ground,
Well,
man. He fucking destroyed him.
well, since you brought him up and we're both going Logan Paul, we'll transition to the next match. This one is for the Fatal Four Way for the Intercontinental Championship. We have Dominic Mysterio going Finn Balor going against Penta, going against Braun Breaker or the Big Bad Booty Danny Jr. Currently, these this is the odds that kind of blew me away, man. So Braun Breaker is a plus 450 dog. Penta a plus 550 dog. Finn Balor a plus 500 dog. Dominic Mysterio climbed up to minus 400. Dominic Mysterio is the favorite to win this fucking match. He was the bottom one as far as who I would have picked overall. I thought Braun Breaker was going to, as far as either win or Finn Balor steal it. I mean, I like Dirty Dom, man. And I really like Braun Breaker. This guy has been fantastic overall. Like ever since last year when he took that filling spot for Brock Lesnar, he really made the most out of that. But I don't know why would you take the title off of Braun Breaker though. But oh god, I didn't even make a pick for this one, but I guess I'll. Oh my god, this is a tough one, man. I don't want to pick Dominic because I don't feel good about it. Um. You know what? It would make sense that Dominic won, especially because there would be some disdain between him and Finn Balor in the Judgment Day. So I guess I'll go with Dominic Mysterio, but I don't feel good about it. Who you got in this one?
For a while, I thought it was gonna be Penta. Then when I started looking at what's been happening, I really started to think as and To his credit, he's gotten a lot better because I didn't like him for a long time, but I think that Dominic is gonna steal. I think that Finn is gonna have the pin, and Dominic is gonna steal the pin away from Finn
I like that.
Balor. And I think that that's when Finn Balor is going to leave the Judgment Day. He's gonna be all pissy, and he's already wearing Balor Club stuff. He stopped wearing Judgment Day stuff.
Yeah,
Dominic has been making a lot of decisions for the Judgment Day, so I think that Carlito comes out and Dominic steals the win away from Finn Balor.
because I'm starting to realize now, like Dominic is starting to more and more like transition more into Eddie Guerrero now. Like he's starting to look just like Eddie Guerrero, with the
Yeah,
greasy hair and or the wet hair and the mustache. Like I mean, he's just fucking filthy, bro. But,
yeah,
I mean, I was very big on Dominic,
I
going two
was,
years ago. So yeah,
I was not.
you were not,
We've
but
had.
nice.
I mean, I'm still not like the biggest Dominic fan, but I think that he is really good, and he's a heat magnet. One of the best skills in fucking wrestling
You-
right now.
so he didn't get you with him saying that prison changes a man and him talking about his prison stories when he was just there for 30 minutes, bro.
Oh yeah, when he came out and when he came out to the ring and he had on the mask and he was in handcuffs and stuff. Oh yeah, he got me then. I thought that he was funny, but I still wasn't like a big fan of his. I thought that his moveset was terrible. I didn't think he was good in the ring.
He
I
still
think
has a
he's
lot of
gotten
heat,
better
brother.
now. Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
Especially after he turned on Rhea. He
yeah,
definitely
but
has a lot of heat. He had a lot of heat before then. He got even more after that.
yeah,
So I
that's
mean, overall, I mean, I'm not like the biggest Dominic fan. I'm not going
no.
out to get into his merch, but I do think that he's funny,
Okay.
and I think that as a squirrely heel, he's going to screw over everybody. Who
Yes.
takes the pin is more interesting to me.
I think it's Penta. You cannot pin
Mm,
Braun Breaker.
Can you really pin Penta right now? Maybe Finn should be the
That's
one to take
fine. I
the
mean,
heat.
fuck, his
'Cause
brother's there. They're probably gonna put him together.
well, could you imagine the anger and the heat on Dom if he pins Finn Balor?
No, I think I like your booking better where Finn does the
He's
coup de grace and fucking uh
Dominic throws him out the ring and
yes,
then
and then
grabs
he
him.
steals the pin. Yes.
I don't know. I think it's gonna be Dom. No, I think he's gonna find a way to be squirrely heel and get the win.
Yeah, I think it's more as far as like I think it's probably that what you said. So I'll go with that. So both of us are going with Dominic.
If you are, then yeah.
Okay, like this one I do feel yeah, I feel kind of good about that. I think that makes the most sense booking wise, but and then maybe that might be the last days or the number of days of Judgment Day, but I think we'll see where Dominic goes, but he is growing by the year, so he's gotten better year by year.
Yes, he
Uh,
has.
so we'll give him
Yes,
that. So we'll go with him, and then obviously Braun Breaker probably spears the piss out of fucking Dominic Mysterio, but we'll see. Anyway, so here was my question as far as like so Braun Breaker and the Samoan Werewolf. I believe those two should be as the final four in the Royal Rumble next year. Like these guys need to start getting pushed as main eventers because they are quickly rising. I mean, these guys are very like fan favorites. They're fucking fantastic. And is that too soon? They push them as far as next year's Rumble.
no, I don't think it's too soon. Will they be the top? They'll probably be in the
Six?
last 10. Will they? I guess it all depends on who's in the Royal Rumble next year. But conceivably, yeah, you don't have. It's not like you have a plethora of top guys.
Yeah. Fans always like to see young talent get pushed.
Yeah, so it's not like you have a bunch of young guys that you're trying to push up the card unless you bring
Yeah.
up some NXT talent. The only person that I can see that would get a push over those two quickly is Obafemi.
Oh, shit, I thought you were gonna say Trick Williams. All right.
No, I think that Oba is better than Trick. I
Mm,
think that he can come up to into the main roster and make an impact faster than almost any other NXT talent.
well, I guess you could use him in the Rumble, kind of have the monster spot.
Mm,
I
I
think
think
that's just
that you
my
can just
opinion.
bring him up and you can have him win the Rumble, if I'm being honest, depending on when you bring him up.
Ooh, that'd be in 2 years, maybe three.
You could do it. He is main roster ready now.
No, well, I'm not questioning. I'm just saying, like, I don't know about main event.
Yeah, why not? Would you?
Oof.
Would you? All right, if he was to go for any of the titles, you can take all 4 of the singles titles for the men. If he was to go for any of them and he won, would you be surprised?
Not
Like,
really,
just looking
honestly.
at him and the way that he wrestles and the way that he
No.
speaks on the mic and, the matches that he's had, if he was to win the Undisputed Championship, the World Heavyweight Championship, the Intercontinental or the US title, would you sit there
I can
saying,
see him winning
"Yeah,
Intercontinental or US title, yeah.
I could see him winning the World Heavyweight Championship,"
Sure, if he's facing Jey Uso, I'm down.
and depending on who has the WWE Championship, I can see him winning. I can
Yeah.
easily see him beating John Cena.
Ooh,
Will they
that's
allow him
interesting.
to?
I don't think he will. No.
No. But if John Cena's putting somebody over, he could.
Yeah. No, I mean, well, that's all for debate. I mean, more like I mean, I don't want to get into the whole fancy booking thing. I just wanted to
I'm not
get your
fancy
thought
booking. I'm
mainly.
just saying that he could be.
I mean, possibly, yeah. Just I was
But that just goes back to them not having any young talent on the main roster
right.
right now that could be in the top 6.
Yeah,
Because
that's some
Seth
hiccups.
Rollins will probably be in the top 5, the top 4. If CM Punk is there, he'll probably be in this. Roman Reigns,
Well,
Cody
hopefully.
Rhodes if he's not the champion. Drew
Well,
McIntyre might be in there. Gunther might be in there. There's a lot of people that they have
okay.
that's older guys, so that's why I said top 10.
Okay. Well, now that you said that, going up to the next. Well, I have nothing else to add in this one, unless you want to add anything else before I move on.
No, you asked me the question, which I told you to stop doing.
Now it's Drew McIntyre. You brought him up, and this one is for the what's it, Sin City Street Fight. We have Damian Priest going against Drew McIntyre. Currently, bisexual Undertaker is
Jesus.
plus 424 favorite dog. Drew McIntyre being now climbing up to minus
Those
800.
comments are Ray's alone. That does not reflect me or the podcast. Those are Ray's comments alone.
I mean, I've heard that Damian Priest was he.
Don't care.
Never mind.
Don't
I was gonna
care.
say I was listening
Don't,
as far as like reference to the bisexual thing and God. Anyway,
don't care.
what,
Don't care. Don't
all
care.
right, I'm gonna move on. I'm not gonna entertain that thought. Anyway, well, dude. Okay, so is there anyone that's been more disappointed than Drew McIntyre, or that's probably should be more disappointed than Drew McIntyre's currently pushed right now? Because I'm surprised this guy is not in a main event or in a title picture right now at the moment. He has no title on the line. I don't even understand how the fuck this even happened. I think just Damian Priest was just talking shit to Drew McIntyre from what I remember. He was just dogging at him regarding as far as him losing the title because of CM Punk, and that was it. That's all they went off of. And I don't care for this match honestly. I mean, it's a street fight. There could be a lot of shenanigans that happens, but I really don't care for this. I don't think not much is going to come out about this after this. There's not much from the aftermath, not much to build off of. I think Drew needs to get back into the title picture. The guy is just too good. He, as far as on the mic, on in ring ability, he should be as far as like redeeming himself to get it, back his championship belt that he lost at last year's Mania, but they just kind of forgot about that completely. But I mean, it's complete disrespect of Drew McIntyre, especially after the run he gave us and the great talent, the great promo work and great material he gave us off of CM Punk. I became an instant fan of Drew McIntyre, but I'm disappointed in this overall as far as his push in general. But I'm gonna take Drew McIntyre. Who you got in this one?
Um, to go back to what you just said, I mean, this seems like it's a match to get them both on the card. Because where else are you going to put them? There is no title for them to fight for. You're not putting these guys against, Braun or any of them for a mid card title. So where else are they going to go? You have 2 main
Yeah.
eventers and 2 former world champions fighting in what should be a good match. I wouldn't say that Drew McIntyre should be disappointed with his run. It's kind of like when you had the Attitude Era and you had the big 6, I think it was The Undertaker, Rock, Triple H, Stone Cold, Kane, Kurt Angle, Big Show. You had all of these guys. They couldn't all fight for the title, especially when they had one-on-one matches. So what did they do? They would put them in matches against each other. Kind of the same thing here. You're putting the 2 champions against each other. I would say that more so that you're not interested in this match because the buildup has been bad. But that's almost every match on this card. So you can't just pinpoint it to them and say that, oh, Drew McIntyre. Well, you can, but in my opinion, I wouldn't say that Drew McIntyre should be disappointed with his run. There's just nowhere for him to be right now in either title picture. Now, could I see him going for the title once Jay wins it? Because
Yes.
remember, him and Jay have beef. Yes, I can. But for this card here, Jay would have to win it, so you're not going to put him in the match with him and Gunther because Gunther has completely owned Drew McIntyre for a
Oh my
long
god.
time now. You're not going to put him in the Cody Rhodes John Cena match. You're not going to put him in the Intercontinental or the World or the U.S.
I
Championship
mean,
match.
you could have made
So,
you could have made an argument that you could have put Drew McIntyre against Gunther. That'd have been a hell of a match.
but they did not do one. You're not doing that because you got two heels. They didn't want. I'm quite sure they didn't want two heels to be in it. Jay is on a run that you probably didn't expect. I don't think anybody expected that. So you have to pay it off. You got to keep making this yeet money. I'm sorry, bro. You
No, I
gotta
get it.
make.
I
You
get
gotta
it. I
strike
get
while
it.
the iron is hot. So when it comes to Drew McIntyre, where else are you going to put him? If the buildup was bad, it would not be such a big deal. He fought CM Punk for a good portion of last year. The buildup was good, so you don't care that he's not in the title picture. Damian Priest hasn't been doing shit. Drew McIntyre hasn't been doing shit. Now they're just not doing shit together.
Yeah.
But it's not like this isn't going to be a good match. I think it's going to be a good match. And it's not like either one of these dudes can't be in a title picture. They both had good title reigns. There's just no place for them. And you want to get them on the card. It's kind of like the Street Profits. I'd rather the Street Profits be in a fatal four-way tag team match right now than to not be on the card. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So right now, I'd rather Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre be in a Sin City street fight to just beat the shit out of each other than to just not be on the card in general, which could have been a possibility. You know? So I think that Drew McIntyre will win this so that this can set him up for maybe a title, a title match against Jay in the near future,
Like that.
what have you. But I do think that I'm glad that both of them are on the card and getting that payday.
Sure.
Than doing absolutely nothing.
And
But
this
I'm
is why I
okay
like to
with it.
talk to D about wrestling because we definitely have better conversations than fucking WWE can, regarding as far as pushing or promoting these matches. No, I'm with you, man. I think neither neither two need to win, to be honest. But I think Drew should win, and he should possibly go after Jey Uso that and kind of expose him. But he might lose. That
But
might be the match
but
at SummerSlam, I assume.
but it's not even exposing him. They have
Not
legitimate dudes,
exposing him, but I mean,
but
Jay is a transitional champion, like you said.
he might beat Drew
Ooh, we'll see.
because remember, he was you also have to remember with Jay, and as much as we want to say that he's not in the heavyweight tip, he's still on his redemption arc. He's made up for all the bad things that he did in when he was with the bloodline, and now he's trying to do everything right, and he's striking out on his own. There are still a couple of people who don't forgive him, a
Hmm.
la Drew McIntyre. So does Drew McIntyre come in and beat him and get his revenge for everything that Jay did, or does Jay beat Drew one on one and earn Drew's respect?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of different ways that they can go, with that. So I'm interested to see what they actually do with Drew McIntyre and Jay, if they even have them go up against each other. They might not have them
Sure.
go up against each other. Maybe Drew McIntyre goes up, he chases Cody Rhodes or Cena, whoever wins that one and loses. Who knows what's gonna happen?
It's possible too, but I guess I have nothing else as far as add on this one. We're going a little bit long, but I do want to give some time to the main event. But anything else you want to add before we move on?
No, I'm looking forward to this match.
This should
Two
be
meaty
good.
men type of meat.
I think they're going to do what they can as far as entertain the fans. But
It's gonna be a hard hitting
yeah, two
match.
good
Both of
matches.
them
Yeah, for sure. We'll see. We'll
are
see
good.
what possibly gag balls and
Jesus,
stuff
bro.
like
Move
that. Fucking
on.
bisexual Undertaker's
Move
going to pull out,
on.
brother.
Move
Moving on
on.
to the main event here. We have an undisputed WWE Championship match
No,
going the
you're missing
American
one.
Nightmare Cody Rhodes
You're
against
missing one.
John Cena.
You're going
What?
past Randy Orton.
Randy Orton, who is he wrestling?
It's to be determined. It's an open challenge.
Oh, get out of who's so who is okay, so I have see God damn it, he's this fucking Triple H going Tony Khan mode right here, man. All right, so who are the speculated person? I have no idea. This is something
I
completely
I don't know. I don't know
Kevin
who the
Owens?
speculated person. Kevin Owens, he's hurt. That's why he's having it was supposed to be Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, but remember Kevin Owens is hurt. So now they're having a to be determined. I did
Oh,
hear one name, and I don't know if that's the case, but I heard Rusev. Can he? I don't know when his
what about
90. I don't know if his 90 days
Aleister
is up.
Black?
I don't know. I didn't hear him.
What?
I just saw Rusev.
So you're saying I mean, if it's a debuting wrestler, wouldn't that person? I mean, you're gonna
It
feed
just
them.
says open challenge. It doesn't. I don't know if it's going to be a debuting wrestler. I don't know if it's going to be anybody in the back. I don't know if it's somebody coming back.
Hopefully, it's
I
Kaisen,
don't know.
man. That'd be great.
Oh God.
That'd be so great. Just punt the fuck out of his head and put him in the goddamn stands. But okay. Well, I guess
I
depending
think
on who it
Randy Orton
is.
wins.
Yeah, I think
I think.
Randy Orton should win it, but unless it's like a Miro or Aleister Black, I think they cannot lose in AWB. You just cannot do that.
Yeah, no, they shouldn't. But it's
Okay,
WWE.
let me feed in some wild booking or wild speculation or fantasy booking for all the fans
We're
of
running
wrestling.
long, Ray.
Could could this? No, I don't think it's gonna happen. I was gonna say somebody from AEW, but that would never happen, right? Or TNA maybe.
No, not yet. Maybe TNA, but it's not going to be AEW yet.
Okay,
No,
that's we're nowhere near that, huh?
no.
I think WWE has to fizzle out a little bit for that to happen, and they're starting to fizzle a little bit. So maybe we can talk about that later on. But anyway, all right, moving on to the main event, the undisputed WWE Championship match, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes going against John Cena. These odds are very interesting. So Cody Rhodes is a plus 250 underdog. John Cena is a minus 400 favorite. I did watch SmackDown last night. I was very surprised. The crowd was really booing against Cody Rhodes and heavily against with John Cena until Cody Rhodes cut that incredible promo about at the end where it's been 20 something odd years and John Cena still cannot wrestle. That crowd definitely turned. Oh man, this kind of now is giving me Rock and Hogan vibes, where Cena might fucking be the favorite here because well the fan favorite overall, and I'm leaning towards John Cena. I think John Cena will win. I don't know if this is gonna be his last match because I think he's a fucking liar, but I think something's gonna play into where The Rock will probably show up. Maybe there's a third man that shows up. I have no idea where they're gonna go with that, but I'm gonna go with John Cena. I believe he will break the record. I think it's tie or break the record. Break the record,
He'll
right?
break it. Yeah, he'll break it.
Okay, because I think he did that back in Royal Rumble 2017 when he tied Ric Flair's record, but I think he's gonna break it. Yes, I don't remember now. Um, yeah, I'm going John Cena with this one, man. I think that's gonna be a very interesting match. I'm very curious about this one and how this goes. But who you got on this one?
I got Cena completely. John Cena all day. He's gonna break the record. His heel run is gonna be solidified tonight. Oh
Tomorrow.
well, tomorrow night
Yeah.
at WrestleMania. His heel run is going to be solidified. He's going to break the record. Um, and I think that he's going to finish out a heel run strong, and that's what I'm looking forward to. I don't think that Cody's run has been all that good, so
Wow.
I'm
Okay.
looking forward.
I'm not gonna disagree with that, but dude, but Cody's so good on the mic though. Like, I think,
That has nothing to do with his run.
yeah. I get that. You're right about it. Babyface Cody Rhodes is a great chaser, but I think
Yeah,
heel Cody Rhodes as a champion would be much better as far as him retaining. But man, be careful what you wish for because once Cody Rhodes turns, and he probably will, he is a fucking fantastic heel. So, and I'm talking about levels of James MGF or even higher. But he knows how to work the crowds for sure. But
but why do you want John Cena to go from being a heel to a face so soon
no,
when
no, no,
people
no.
have?
I'm talking about Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, no, I know, but I'm saying the only way that John Cena turns face is, I mean, Cody turns heels if John Cena turns face here somehow.
I mean, we might have. That's what I'm saying. That's why I brought up the whole Hogan and Rock in the comparison.
Yeah, no, I don't see John Cena turning face. I
They
see
might call him
Cody
audible, brother.
that. I mean, they can do anything they want. It's their company, but I think that that would be completely short sighted. I don't think it's time for Cody to turn heel just yet.
Maybe,
I think
maybe.
if you were gonna turn him heel, why not just have him turn on Cena at WrestleMania and do some heel shit to go with The Rock?
That's what I'm saying. I was gonna say. I was gonna go with that. That would be the swerve. That would be the double swerve.
No, I just think I think that now you're just really wishful thinking. But hey, anything can happen. So
And that's what makes this matchup so interesting.
I don't think it's interesting. I think Cena's gonna win.
I guess we'll see, man. But he said this is his last match. I believe on SmackDown. But I think what he's saying is this is his last match as this gimmick. I think he might introduce a new gimmick when he wins, and I think that's probably what's gonna happen. He's just, bro, he looks so miserable. He looks like a disgruntled like WWE worker, doesn't want to be there anymore. But I love what he's going with right now. This is very interesting. Like his
It's awesome.
yeah, it's great, man. His mic work is really good as a heel.
This is what we've wanted to see for years.
Right, and now we're getting that, and this is kind of it makes sense why he turned. It does. It definitely makes sense. This is where he's been. He had enough. He was tired of the fans like giving him shit for booing him for when he was a babyface, and him giving us all, and the fans still hated him, and now they love him, and then he turns, which didn't make sense to me. But I mean, we'll see, man. I think after this, I don't know where they go from here, but yeah, I think Cena's gonna win. I think I'm with you.
Yeah, that's the only one that I think that they actually have a plan going forward, and I want to see where it goes.
I guess so. So that being said, who who beats John Cena?
Story for another day, my guy, because I
Yeah.
have no
So
clue.
all right, we'll go. We've been learning wrong, but yeah, these should be good as far. Well, it's kind of like. There's only really three, maybe four matches I'm interested in as far as watching overall, but it's gonna be. I mean, my expectations are low, and I only do this with AEW, but my expectations are kind of low for WrestleMania overall at 41. Um,
That's
and
not
hopefully
fair.
it's
With
better.
AEW, they should never be low. The stories might not be great, but the matches are always
Oh no,
fantastic.
that's different. I mean, fuck no. They're just. I mean, AEW's like that, dude. AEW is starting to catch fire, in my opinion, only because of the FTR you know, storyline they got going on, and plus as far as just Will Ospreay being fantastic. Now they're starting to push Okada and and
Yeah,
Omega. We'll
another
go with that, but
story
anyway,
for another day, but you know how I
that
feel.
is true. But we're going long here overall, guys. But we're going as far as with John Cena for night one, night two. I don't know if we'll do a recap. I think, judging from my new schedule, that's possible. I kind of do want to get my thoughts on it overall and where we're going with WWE in general because I think they are fizzling out. In my opinion, there's something to add to that. But any last words before we sign off?
No, I think I've said enough about where I think that this card is going and how good I think it's gonna be. So
Okay,
I'm good.
I'm with you now, man. All right, so for D, I am Ray. That is it, guys. We'll try to do as far as recap in the future. But thanks everyone for watching. See you later.
Peace.